If you're struggling to hire the right agency team, you might be making these critical mistakes. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, John Faulk, CEO of Johnny Flash Productions and a team culture expert, breaks down the top 5 hiring pitfalls and how to avoid them. This talk is actually from our 2023 Web Agency Summit, and the next one is just around the corner, so if you want more information about that, I'm going to leave it in the description, but for now, let's get into the content.
We are going to jump into 5 hiring pitfalls to avoid. So let's see if you guys can relate to any of these. First pitfall, number 1, avoid hiring without thorough vetting. How many of you guys have done this? You've hired someone too quickly only to realize a few months later that they weren't a good fit. And you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have jumped the gun and hired them so quick. Sometimes we're so desperate for the help. We see someone that looks kind of shiny, seems like they would be a good fit. And rather than kind of like testing them, putting them through the hoops and really kind of getting to know them, we're just like, yeah, you seem pretty good. I'm going to hire them, right? I don't have the time to keep, looking at other candidates and stuff. And so we just make the mistake of like hiring someone too quickly. There's a reason that the saying goes, hire slow and fire fast, right? So I would encourage you to slow down when you're hiring and spend a little bit more time up front, because it's going to yield the results later down the road, right? So avoid hiring without thorough vetting. Number 2, avoid looking for a unicorn. Okay. I was talking to a business owner, I won't say the name, not too long ago, who was looking for someone to hire. And they said, Johnny, do you think I'm looking for someone that could design a landing page and then, code it, develop the landing page, then set up the ads to run to the landing page, and then set up all the tracking and conversions correctly, and then write the copy for all the emails and the email sequences and stuff. Like, do you think I could find someone to do that? And I had to pause because I thought the answer was so obvious, but, and I think the irony is that, all of us that are probably watching this, some of you may feel like, and I know I've felt this at times, you feel like you're the unicorn, right? You're the person that can design and develop and talk to the clients and do the project management and stuff. But like, the reality is, like, we're good at we're really good at only a few things, and we're probably have just gotten okay or passable at those other things. And so we feel like we're well-rounded. We feel like we're the unicorn. We should just be able to find another person like us, right? But I think in general, you're going to be much better off hiring someone that's going to fill a certain role and be really good at it, even if it's only 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week or whatever you need them for, than to try to find like the jack of all trades, right? At least for us, that has proven to be much more effective, is to just hire the specific person. So avoid trying to look for a unicorn. Number 3, avoid feeling like you have to hire full-time to hire quality. There are plenty of quality committed part-time workers. We pretty much start all of our team members at part-time. A number of them have gone to full-time over time, but we usually start with part-time because we want to get to know them. We want to kind of see how much bandwidth they really have. We want to make sure they're a good fit, and it keeps our expenses lower when we can bring someone on part-time initially, because we usually don't go from 0 to 40 hours of work for someone, right? We might have 10, 15, 20 hours of work for someone, but we don't have necessarily 40 hours. So we're going to start them at 20 or 25 hours a week, kind of see how much they can handle in that range. And then the team members that are looking for more hours, like, we might be able to eventually increase their time, or they might just be, we're looking to do part-time work as a permanent thing. So all that to say, like, I know sometimes agency owners, when I'm talking to them or coaching them, they'll say like, oh, well, I don't have enough work for whatever position. And it's like, as long as you have some work for them, and it's you can say, oh, I've always at least got 5 or 10 hours of work for this person, I just don't have 40 hours, then start someone part-time, right? So avoid feeling like you have to hire full-time to hire quality, because my experience has been you don't have to. Number 4 here, avoid hiring someone who is not more talented than you. Translation, they should be more talented than you at whatever you're hiring them to do. Right? I thought I was a pretty good designer. I thought I was a pretty good developer, but then we hired a designer who was really, really good. And all of our designs, our web designs and stuff that we're putting out, look so much better now. I'm kind of like, guys, can those websites from a few years ago that I did, can we just get those out of the portfolio? Like, they just don't really represent the quality that we're doing, even though at the time I thought they were great. Right. And so you want to hire someone that's more talented than you at whatever the thing is that they're doing, because if you don't, you'll spend all your time pulling your hair out or trying to micromanage them, and you'll just get frustrated. You're like, oh, they don't do this well. I have to go back and fix all their work. Like, that is not going to be a long-term sustainable plan. So avoid hiring someone who is not more talented than you. And then number 5, avoid hiring someone who you wouldn't want to just, who you wouldn't want to hang out with. You're going to be in the trenches with your team members a lot. You're going to have fun times, and you're going to have difficult clients and projects that take extra time and all of this. And so it makes it so much easier to get through those difficult clients or those tough projects or those tight deadlines when you're working with people that you really enjoy working with. And so I would just, if it's not someone that you could see yourself hanging out with in real life, then maybe it's not the right person to hire. I found that the more that I like the person, the easier it is to get stuff done with them. So I would, hire people that you'd want to hang out with. So those are the 5 hiring pitfalls to avoid.
If you enjoyed this talk, the next Web Agency Summit is just around the corner, and it's the biggest virtual event in the agency space. We have experts from Canva, GoDaddy, Smashing Magazine, Elementor, and much more, so you don't want to miss out. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to network with like-minded agency owners. My name is Zachary Mims, and I'll catch you in the next one.